Hi everyone. Today we will learn tax procedure in SAP, transaction code SPRO, finance, financial accounting, global settings. Here we have tax on sale and purchase. So go to basic settings. There are a couple of steps. So the tax procedure, it would be at country level. Okay. In one country we cannot have more than one tax procedure. So basically in tax procedure we have certain conditions, and in each conditions there is some calculation formulas. Based on that we are going to create the tax code. Tax code is nothing but different rate of taxes, okay, and the type of tax, whether it is input tax or output tax. So that's what we are going to do today. So first of all, check calculation procedure, and before checking this, let us see which tax procedure is already assigned to our country, or if there is nothing is assigned, then we are going to assign the new one. So you go here and give your country code. For India, this is the tax procedure SKDIN. Somebody has configured and they have assigned it here, so we should not change it. Anyway, this is just for practice purpose, and it's here we will just be creating one or two tax code for input and output. And now let us check the tax procedure. So click on here and click on define tax procedure, double click. So these are the tax procedures created in this system. Let us check the one which is assigned to our company code, our country code. This is the tax procedure, and select this, then click on control data. So this is like basic tax procedure has been created. Here we can see condition type is for base amount, input CGST, input SGST, and output CGST, output SGST. So if you see everything, all these conditions, for all these conditions base is this conditions, means if you create any tax code under this condition type, that will be calculating tax on the base amount in your invoice. Okay, so it's very a much simple tax procedure, and that's fine for us to use, for us to practice. And this is the important field here is called the account key. This account key will be used to assign the different GL accounts for taxes, like input tax 5%, output tax 5%, like that. We have different account keys, so we will see that in the next steps. So there is nothing to be changed here, so we'll just come out without saving anything, come back, then we can see the define condition types. So let me go once again, and I'll just copy one of the condition types so that we can check here. Say for example this one, CGST, the condition type name itself is CGST they have given. So I'll just copy this and I will show you how this condition type looks like. So double click on define condition types, click on positions, this is your condition type, select and click on detailed screen. So here you can see, right, the class would be taxes, calculation type would be percentage because the tax is percentage only, and then yeah, certain checkbox and all you can see. So if you have to create like new condition type for some new tax percentage, some kind of requirement, you can simply just copy this condition type. Just remember these initial fields, 3 fields. Apart from there is nothing to be checked. Okay, so let's come out from here, and we don't have to check the access sequence. This is by default would be there in your condition type. Now next thing, this we have checked, what is there in this? Check and change settings for tax procedure. Okay, so if you see, these are your account keys which we have given the tax procedure. This is the one of them. So if you select this, and you can see in the account key we can decide whether this is a input tax or whether it is a output tax, right? These are the categories of types of taxes. So this is for input tax, so they have selected input tax. Whether you want to create a separate line item for tax amount whenever you post invoice, then you select two separate line item. Non-deductible tax. Okay, non-deductible tax, so the tax amount would be distributed to revenue or expenses. No posting required means system will not create any separate line item, and it will not post any tax amount. Basically, this is the correct way. Correct. And this 3 we would be selecting for NVV only. I think there is one condition, account key NVV. Let us check if it is there, so that we can better understand this. Yeah, it is there, right? It's called non-deductible input tax distribution. So let us see this. Correct. So yeah, this is input tax. You have to select this checkbox when you select 3 also. It is non-deductible, and tax, whatever the tax amount would be, it would be distributed to your expense or revenue line item. Distributed means that would be included in those line items. If it is purchased, this will include the tax amount in your expense line item. If it is a customer billing, then this tax would be added in your customer revenue line item. Or yeah, correct. That's also, there is nothing to be changed. And here, all right, these are the basic settings required. Now let us go to calculation. Here we need to define the tax code. To define the tax code, you need to give the country India, and here you give the tax code. How many tax codes are already created? So if you click on here, you can see there are 2 tax codes created. One is for output, one is for input. But this is not the right way of giving the description. At least you should give the percentage also. So let me select any one, and we will see if we can change this. So what you see here, these are the condition types which we are getting from tax procedure, right? In tax procedure we had 4 condition types apart from the base amount. So what they have done, they are giving the 9% for CGST, 9% for SGST. If we want to change the description of this tax code, because this doesn't give any meaning, so let us go on properties. So I would say CGST 9%, SGST 9%, and this type is output tax. SGST is also 9%. Right, now this is the correct way. You can save it. Okay, that's all we need to know. Now if you want to know which are the GL accounts this tax would be posted, so you can check here also, tax account. So you need to give your chart of account, which is VOLV. As of now we have not created, so there won't be any GL account. Correct. Okay, we will check this in another screen, not here. Now let's go back. Then assign company code to document date for tax determination is not required. Okay, this is also not required. Now go to postings. Here, okay, to create the tax code, right, we have this option, and this is called the FTXP. The transaction code is FTXP. the last 4-digit FTXP is the transaction code to create the tax code. Now let us see the defined tax code. This is OB40. The transaction code is OB40, wherein we will assign the tax GL accounts. Okay, so first of all, let us create GL master for tax. So for that, go to FS00 and change your company code V001. Create a tax code V001. But before that, we need to know the number range, right? So let us create a new session and go to OBD4, where we define the GL account groups. So we will try to find if there is any account group created for our company code, anything tax related. Tax receivable is there. Yeah, so let us create one GL account under this group. So copy this number. This is your balance sheet GL account, right? Yeah, tax payable. So here we will create right, the output would be the payable, and go to control, select local currency, and this GL account has to be open item managed, because at month end we need to make the balance 0 in these accounts, and we need to pay the net amount to the government. C001 and save it. Similarly, we will create one more for tax receivable. I'll just copy this GL account, give this number, enter. It is same, this is also same. Here I need to change tax receivable. This would be input. So just for demo purpose, we are creating two tax code. One is for output, one is for input. Okay, so now let us go to close this screen, and again let us go to OB40, execute. Here we need to select, first of all, let me see what are the account keys again. So go to basic settings, check tax procedure, account keys we have. So against those account keys we can assign the tax GL account. Okay, so this is the one, I think. Yeah, this is the tax procedure for India. So select, click on control data, and let me take a screenshot of this quickly. So these are the account keys against which we need to assign the GL account. Now let us go back, go to OB41, which is here in the posting. Alright, define tax accounts. This is nothing but your T code OB41. OB40, not 41, sorry, OB40. So execute this. Okay, what is my count key? First of all, let us try for the output. So I have two OC and OS. So ideally we should have 4 GL accounts. Okay, for each condition type, or we can have multiple GL accounts per tax code also. But for our test purpose, I have created two GL accounts, one for input, other for output tax. So for output, I'm going to assign the output tax, and the account key is OC and OS. So let us see if we can find here OC. It is there, right? OC. So click on rules, and here you see different chart of account. We need to add our chart of account, which is VOLV, and against what key basically we are going to assign the GL account. So that would be the tax code. And do we also want country key? It's not required because tax procedure is at country level only. So I will select save this first of all, then select this, click on accounts, and here click on new entries. Okay, what is this tax code? So let me select output tax code. So first of all, I need to know the tax procedure. What is the tax procedure? SKDIN. So click here, SKDIN. These are two tax codes created for this tax procedure, and we are trying for the output. So I think this is for output, this other is for input. So let us select output, and country, since we are not enabled, so this field is grayed out. We need to give the GL code here, and the GL code which we created, I will paste it here. Done, and I'm going to save this. So this I have done for this tax code. If I have multiple tax codes, either I can use the same GL account, or if I want the better bifurcation per tax percentage rate, then I can create the separate GL account for the different tax rates, and against those separate tax codes, because I will have the separate tax code for different percentage, I will assign the separate GL account here. But currently we have one tax code and we have assigned one GL account here. Now let us go back, click on accounts, right? We want to assign account for another tax code. So go to new entry and select your tax code. Here you will get all the tax codes from different tax procedures, so you need to filter it out properly, which is SKDIN. For output we have done. Now let us select the input tax code, and the GL account for input tax code is 171, all zeros. Give this one here and save it. Done. Okay, this is the minimum required setting you need to do. Apart from this, we need to assign tax codes for non-deductible transactions or non-taxable transactions. Select this one. Okay, so here we don't get any option for copy paste or for the new entries, because all the company codes are listed down here. We just have to assign the proper tax code here, the 0% tax code. So your company code is V001. Okay, so standard practice is that we create V0 for input 0% tax and A0 for output tax. Now what it says, this tax code is not defined, which is true because as of now we are not defined, but this is just a warning message. We can ignore it by pressing enter, and we can save this setting. Later on we will create the 0% tax also, and for V0 and A0, means for input and output we will create 0% tax also. At this point it is not required, so leave it for time being. And basically we have done tax procedure settings, wherein we found some settings were already there for country India, and some we have created for specifically for our chart of account. So this is the minimum settings required. Nowhere we have to assign this tax procedure to our company code. Tax procedure we assign at country level only. So that means this is applicable for all the company codes which are created under this country. So these are the settings we have done. If further if required to create the new tax code and all, so we will simply go to direct T code ftxp and give your country here and create the tax code. Say like we want to create V0, right? So I would say input 0 tax, and this is what tax type is input, right? So I'll select input tax code apart from nothing else, and I will not specify any amount here, and I will save it. Similarly I will create one for A. This would be output, okay, output tax, output 0 tax, and this is your output tax A. Select this, no rate to be maintained here because this is 0%, and we are done. If you want to see the table, like if you want to see how many documents posted with the tax codes, so this is the table be set. You give your company code. Currently we have not posted any document with the tax, so we won't find it. So I'll just keep it blank and we'll execute. So we can see here all the line items which posted with any of the tax codes. So this way we can check it. So this is the table. If you give skdin, your tax procedure, then you can see all your tax codes created under this tax procedure. T00S, T007S. Okay, this is the way we can find out how many tax codes are created here. Alright, thank you so much for watching. This is the chapter we have done, and we will continue for the next chapter. Please share, like, subscribe and help the channel to grow. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye.